doing it properly. It's quite straightforward, but the problem is most people look at Amazon ads as a linear equation. Launch a product, launch ads, get clicks, get sales, when in reality it's a flywheel, and most people don't look at it like that. What is Viral Launch? Some kind of software. Answered that. You like car models? No, I like Legos. I only have 2 Lego cars, and then I have that Lego, that Lego, that Lego, that Lego, that Lego. And I just ordered 3 more this weekend. How do you source products? Alibaba. What are we doing, love? Talking about Amazon. Answering questions. What's not a real business? Online arbitrage. Mind you, this is just my very harsh opinion of it. That doesn't mean people aren't successful with it. That doesn't mean people don't make money with it. That doesn't mean that it's not a viable hustle, because it is. I just don't think it's a real business. I don't think something that can't be sold one day is a real business. Are you going to sell? Starting a lemonade stand could be a great hustle for somebody. You're not going to sell your lemonade stand business to anybody. What do you mean by flywheel? You launch Amazon ads. I guess I'm kind of covering it. Hold on. You launch Amazon ads. You test and get data. Based on the data, you either optimize and improve your conversion rates, your images, your reviews, your title, bullet points, description, A+ content, and then you go back and you test again, and then you see the data that you got. Let's say that you improved. Now you optimize and expand on your ad strategy. People look at it like start ads, get sales, be rich, never do anything again. But that's not how Amazon ads works. That's why so many people lose money on Amazon ads. And I talk about this all the time. Who and how you learn Amazon ads from is the difference between you spending 300 and making 1,000 or spending 1,000 and making 300. Should I launch 2 new variations at once or choose one new one? Broad question, I know. You can always send me what variations you're thinking of launching, bro. But like for where you're at, I think it'd be okay to launch 2 variations. The question is that a good idea? Having a hard time to get my Amazon seller account approved. It's pretty straightforward. You just provide all the information that Amazon requires. Sometimes there's an auto denial process, but at the end of the day, it's pretty straightforward. How much total fees does Amazon take for FBA? On average, like 30 to 35%. I'll intern for free to learn the process. I don't need an intern, bro. It would actually take more time, money, and energy to train you on things that I need to do than it would be than the value that I would get from somebody just interning for free. That being said, ask questions in this live. I answer every question. Go watch my free content. You don't got to work for free, brother. You just got to learn what to do. If I want to do product research in December but start the business 6 months later, will the data still be the same? No, probably not. Will the data be so different that it's going to mean it's a bad product? Not necessarily, but also maybe. Depends on the product. If you launch 10 products, how many would be successful, and how has that number changed over time? When I first started, it was probably like 50% or less. Nowadays, if I launch 10 products, 7 to 8 of them will be successful, 2 of them won't be successful. What all these notifications are. Everything has to match. Yes, good job, Alex. Can you walk through sourcing on Alibaba? The product are you then making? You just go on Alibaba. Let's say you want to get a water bottle manufactured. You search up water bottles. You contact 10 to 20 manufacturers. Some are going to be willing to negotiate, some will not. Some will be able to do the differentiators that you want, others will not. And then you start negotiating, you take the lowest quote, you use that as leverage with all the other manufacturers to get the lowest price that you can. Narrow it down to your top 3 suppliers, order a sample. Once you get the samples, see which one has the best quality, negotiate some more. Then you place a down payment for your order. Once you place a down payment, products are manufactured. And then after they're manufactured, you get a third-party inspection done from a third-party inspection company. Make sure that the quality is good. Once the quality is good, you send the remainder of the invoice, and then you ship your products. For launching multiple products, are we sticking to brand niche or totally different products? Depends on what your goal is. There's not a one-size-fits-all answer. Some people want to launch a toy or dog or pet brand. Some people just want to launch and sell any product that makes money on Amazon. I think both approaches are all right. And getting front face of the posting. You don't run ads till the product is available at Amazon. You can start making social media stuff for your brand. It's not necessary, but do you have any good wholesale distributors you would recommend in the Northwest? Yeah, bro. So it's Google, most powerful search engine in the world. You just look up wholesale distributors in the Northwest. Boom, bada bing. Or ChatGPT, nor wholesale distributors in the Northwest. Bada boom, bada bing. I also don't do wholesale, I do private label, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward, man. Or should you wait until it's done with inspection, then send it over to Amazon? Well, yeah, you would have to do that because you need to get an inspection first, my friend. So yeah, once the inspection passes, then you send it over to Amazon. I love every single question. I appreciate everybody who asks questions, but there are some people who no, I'm not even going to say that. That sounds too mean. Let's say it anyways. Let's rage bait a little bit. There's some people who use zero common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're very used to like a boss telling them what to do. And so they're waiting for like a boss to instruct them on what to do something. Is like I've never gone more than a day not understanding or not knowing how to approach something in business. If you sit there and you're pondering something for a week and don't understand how to go out and get the information, business is going to be a rough go for you. Do you do an inspection on every order or just the first one? I do it on every order. Some sellers may disagree with that, but I do it on every order. What up, show? Best way to sell inventory fast on a failed product, lower the price to like break even. Yo, I'm at a job right now. Just made $200 for the day. Let's go show. I love it, brother. Absolute W. Also, real quick, I posted some gym videos on the TikTok today. Last video that I posted talking about a little story time, the scariest moment that I had selling on Amazon. Second to last video, talking about a coaching call with an Amazon 8-figure seller. And then third to last video, why profit matters more than revenue. Y'all already know that I'm not the type of person who thinks like, oh, revenue doesn't matter. I think that's a load of bollocks because revenue most definitely does matter. But you have new sellers who focus so much on revenue that they forget that the goal is to start and run a profitable Amazon business, and then they lose all of their money in the process. But they're like, look, like this wasn't like a student or anything. It's someone from social media. Bro's like, dude, look, I'm doing 20K a month on Amazon. It's like, what's your taco? It's like 100 and something percent, but I'm working on ranking. So you're losing all of that money. You're losing like an additional like 70% on your sales that you're making. Like, no, brother, that's not the goal to do. That's interesting. Going back to Alibaba, what mock should you be aiming for? What do you mean, what mock? Revenue only matters when you're selling multiple of sales. Revenue matters on all aspects of the business. How do you achieve profit? Revenue. What do people look at when they're buying a business? Revenue and profit. If you have a year, like let's say you've been in business 5 years, and the first 3 years you increase your revenue, but then the fourth and fifth year your revenue drops, but your profit goes up, that looks bad to somebody buying a business. They don't want to see something on a downward spiral. So revenue matters a lot, but revenue doesn't matter to the expense of you losing money. You know what I'm saying? You do private label? I do. The best business model on Amazon. Nothing comes close. Do you tend to launch higher ticket products? My sweet spot is like $40 to $60, $70. MOQ. MOQ can be negotiated, man. I'm always ordering a test run order of 100 to 300 units on my very first order. For certain customizations, there might be higher MOQs, but so YT question. Hi, Luke. If Amazon allows UPC barcodes, why not go with it instead of FNSKU? FNSKU is the best for FBA, Atkin. There's a difference between manufacturer barcode and Amazon barcode. Use the UPC to create your listings or a GTIN. Then you print your item labels. It'll be out in a few weeks, brother, but I have a video recorded and edited going over Amazon barcodes. So that's going to be on my YT channel, bro. When do you think sales will rank back up for Christmas? Kind of dropped today after Cyber Monday. I think it started today. We already have it kind of started to see the swing for Q4. Q4 really starts like good time around right now, right after Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I would say if you haven't seen it already, this week you'll start to see it. But if you're currently selling on Amazon and have a product live, get ready because you are in for a wild ride if you've never had a Q4 before. What product do you recommend starting with? I'm having a hard time finding products. Nobody's just going to give you a product. Oh, this is the product you should go sell. That's not how it works. How long does it take to launch a private label product? 3 to 6 months on average. More realistically, like 3 to 4 months. Depends on how long it takes you to negotiate. Depends on how long it takes you to do product research, things like that. I find PPC hard. Have you done PPC yet? You just asked about product, how long it takes to launch a product. Have you ever run Amazon ads before? How can you know if a niche generates too much money compared to our initial budget? I don't think that's going to be it's something that you have to worry about, man. What's your average conversion rate across all products? Over 20%. On this one, like 40%. I didn't run them, but I want to run them. Seem complicated. So it's kind of not, how do I word this? Like what I'm about to say is a double-edged sword, Kareem. I think it's silly to say something is complicated before you even try it. Riding a bike looks complicated. Have you gotten on the bike? No, I haven't. Well, then how about you get on the bike first? That being said, this is where I say it's a double-edged sword. I agree. PPC is one of the more difficult things for people to understand. Now, just like anything in life, experience and time at that thing makes you better at it. PPC is literally my favorite part of Amazon. It was not my favorite part when I first started selling, but it's the thing that I invested the most time, energy, and money into learning. And now I consider myself in the top percentile with Amazon ads. But that came from doing it. So you don't look at something hard and be like, oh, this is so complicated, I'm not going to go do it. You look at something and you say, okay, this might be a little complex, but what are the steps in order for me to learn it? I think that everything in business relates to the gym and Legos. I've used this analogy. I even made a video about it. Look, how many pieces is this? And it doesn't show me on the instructions. This is like 1,000 pieces, I think. If I look at the 1,000 pieces, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is complex. How do I do this, right? But then when I open up page 1, step 1, I'm like, okay, so I put this piece onto this piece. They show me how to do it. And then I'm like, okay, I got that step done. So now let's go to the next page. And I put this piece onto this piece. Okay, let's go to the next page. And then you keep going slowly but surely. And then you start to see it form, right? And then you keep going slowly but surely. And then next thing you know, you have a fully assembled piece and you understand it. New revenue screenshot I see. Yes, sir. 20% conversion, so 5 clicks to sale. Tacos must be tiny. Oh my gosh. Every single one of my accounts has less than a 15% tacos. But we can't launch in a niche with 6K while competitors are generating 100K, right? Yes, you can. Why do you think your competitors making 100K has nothing to do with you making 100K? That's not how it works, Maz. What would be your best advice towards PPC starting, or the average PPC that you shouldn't go over? Start conservatively. Too many people, it's the biggest mistake that I see on Amazon. Too many people try to solve a PPC issue with more PPC. Let me do something for you guys. I'm going to show you something real quick, okay? Sorry, YT, I don't think I can show you guys this, but I'll explain it. You'll be able to hear it. Let me show you guys something. Oh my gosh. I'm dying. Do I already have one of these built out? Yes, I do. I love that. I show this example so much that I actually have it saved already. All right, let me show you. Okay. So first, let's actually delete this. Okay. If I have a product that's $20, okay, with an average cost per click of $1, right? Product price 20 and a 5% conversion rate. 100 clicks, which would be $100, $1 per click, times a 5% conversion rate would be 5 sales. Maybe I should take this Zin out. I don't think it's helping my throat. All right. So that would be $100 in sales, right? Noob, I'm going to block you, bro. I think I'm kidding, but I'm actually going to block you. You're on timeout, bro. I'll go to my blocks and unblock you in a week. Bye, buddy. He thought I was kidding, but I just blocked him. Noob's on timeout for a week. All right. Anyways, by the way, I know Noob. He's just on timeout, so he doesn't get to see any of my videos for a week. I bet you bro's gonna DM me on IG now. I'm just kidding. Let me unblock him. Okay. So, sorry, I got off track with that. So that's 100 sales, $100 in sales. So $100 in ad spend divided by $100 in ad sales is a 100% ACOS. Most sellers, most beginner sellers who don't understand Amazon, right? They'll look at this and they'll be like, let me go spend more money on ads, right? If you spend more money on ads here, it's not going to change these metrics. It's not going to make your conversion rate go up. It's not going to make your ACOS go down. An extra 100 clicks, you're going to see the same data if nothing changes. So 200 clicks, 5% conversion, you'll have 10 sales, $200. Okay. So now, my guy, FB, you just missed it, man. You missed the comedy show. Noob, you have to, I just saw he joined. Noob, you have to follow me back or I'm going to block you again. Okay. Or not follow me back, you have to follow me again. Yeah, I blocked the Noob. Okay, so remember, people think that more spend on Amazon ads is going to fix an ad issue, but it doesn't. Now let's take the same product, same cost per click. But this time we push for more reviews, we optimize our product listing, we actually make improvements to the product, right? Noob, you have to follow me or I'm going to block you. Oh, you did follow me. Okay, you're good. So now we increase our conversion rate. This is the biggest metric when it comes to your Amazon ads. Okay. So now we get 100 clicks. Remember, dollar cost per click, that's $100 in spend. Product price is $20, 20% conversion. So those same 100 clicks on the same product with the same cost per click, instead of it yielding us 5 sales, now yields us 20 sales. Right here, we're not profitable, especially on a new product where you're not ranked organically. But now we have $400 in sales. So we take our $100 in ad spend and we divide that by $400. No, conversion doesn't increase by just improving the product. That should be your standard. It's like saying, I'm going to go launch a restaurant. Should you just launch the cheapest, most disgusting burger, right? Or do you launch a good quality product? That's the standard. You should have the best quality product out there. No, conversion rate is not based on ad strategy, brother. Noob, stop coaching people. You've lost 40 grand on Amazon. Stop it. Okay. So $100 in ad spend divided by $400 in ad sales, 25% ACOS. We didn't do anything. We didn't change our product price. We didn't change our cost per click. We didn't change how many clicks we've gotten. Okay. We changed our conversion rate. What changes conversion rate? It's going to be hard. Let me get my phone stand. Give me a second. Give me 1 second so that I can do this properly and give you guys an actual little lesson here. Hold on. Which side of the phone stand is magnetic? The other side. Here we go. Hold up. Oh, wait. No. How do I do this? This way? Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. Okay. Now we have to tilt it up. Boom! Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So look. We don't even need to title it. So what improves conversion rate? Optimizing your main image. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is kind of hard. Your infographics. I'm terrible at typing, by the way. Actually, let's do this. There we go. That's better. Oh, I spent infographics wrong. Okay. Your infographics. Getting more reviews. Okay. Adding not A minus, A plus content, right? Adding a video. And then improving title, bullet points. Now, if you don't have A plus content, then also improving your description, okay? These are the levers that increase your conversion rate. Has nothing to do with Amazon ads. So many people are, I'm so scared of Amazon ads. I'm losing money on Amazon ads, blah, 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 blah. If you're losing money on Amazon ads, I'm going to assume that you're not targeted. Your targeting is not the problem. It's mostly never the problem. Like you would have to be pretty low IQ to not understand what keywords that you have to bid on. Don't you still put in a description even with A plus content as it helps with indexing? Yes. So with this, I'm simply talking about increasing your conversion. But if we're talking SEO, yes, crawlable text on your images, A plus content, wording, your title, your bullet points, adding a description. That's some people, I mean, none of my students, but that's something that some people don't realize. Like for SEO, you want A plus content, but on your back end, you also want a description as well. It's going to help you tremendously, right? But does this make sense to everybody? And the reason why so many people lose money on ads is because this isn't talked about enough. Do I have to join the FB group to participate in the Zoom calls? Yes, only because that's where I announce it and put the links, brother. how could you lose money on Amazon? By launching a terrible product, by not running your ads properly, so look at this example if you're still in here. Let's bold this. So this example, if these are your metrics and you're losing money on ads, now let's turn this into 1,000 clicks, right? 1,000 clicks times with a 5% conversion is 50 sales. So let's say you were at 100 and you're like, I just gotta spend more on ads to work on my ranking. Okay, so now you get 1,000 clicks, you 10x. So now you spend $1,000 just to get $1,000 in sales, $1,000 in ad spend, $1,000 in ad sales, still 100% ACoS. You're losing money in this scenario. This is what most people do. And it's why I say not all information on Amazon was created equal. Oops. And it's max 1K character count for bullet points. Anything past that doesn't index right. No, it's whatever Amazon allows. They kind of allow different characters for different people, but because like some people are godfathered in, but it doesn't mean that you won't index. They think that more ad spend has a linear relationship with conversion. Exactly, bro. You hit it on the nose. That's why I say that most people look at Amazon ads as a linear thing. Let me get clicks, let me get sales, and then let me keep spending money on ads. When it's not linear, this is the bread and butter. This is what actually makes you money. Optimizing your main image and split testing, bro. Like there's people who will not, like for example, if you make one change to your main image and you're like, nothing's working, I'm still at a low conversion, try again. I've optimized one main image like 4 or 5 times. Under 10K search volume, keywords for title at launch. I don't know where you heard that. No, I don't believe in that, bro. Your main keyword in your title at launch. That's going to be far more important than worrying about the search volume. If your main keyword is water bottle, right? And you're like, well, water bottle, oops, I'm terrible at spelling. And you're like, oh, but water bottle has 100,000 search volume. But if you don't have this in your title, you're missing a huge opportunity. So I'm going to show you guys something else really quickly. Let me flip the camera and pull something else up. Okay, I just feel like using GTI barcodes can be more simple to avoid specific FNSKU for each country. No, bro, use your FNSKU barcode. You're thinking incorrectly, bro. What if you niche the keyword down a little bit? Would it not help targeting? Well, I mean, like, let's say that it's a water bottle and you want to niche down to like stainless steel water bottle. I think that's fine because you need the niched down version in your title. Not only that, you're still indexing for water bottle if it's in your listing. You know what I mean? Okay, let's show something. By the way, you look familiar. If like any chance you go through the valley sometimes. No chance. Noob said you blocked him. Yeah, I did. I unblocked him 2 minutes later. It was a joke. Did that Buster make a video about it? Rehan? So you would put the largest keyword in regardless? Yes, most definitely. It was on his story. Of course it is. That dude posts about everything. You got a nice car? I got a nice car, but I haven't got a supercar or anything like that. I'm not into cars, brother. I'm into traveling. Like your boy's going on another trip. Gonna go, like what? This year I'll have unlocked 5 new countries? Is it smart to market things to a different niche? It depends. That's contextual. Can you be completely hands-off? No. Also, I'm up to 3 sales, 1 organic, 2 from ads. Nice. Congratulations. That's amazing. No, I think he means like marketing it in terms of ads. What if your product is more niche? Do you still want the main keyword? Yes, you do. Let me show you guys this real quick. I want a business that's completely hands-off, LOL. Good luck. You're going to be searching for a lifetime. What you just said is, I want a business where I don't have to do any work. Like I said, good luck. Doesn't exist. Don't we all? Maybe try the lottery. Even that's not hands-off. You still got to go buy tickets. Very unrealistic goal, in my opinion. Is bro frozen? No, I don't think so, at least. Inheritance, there you go. There you go. Just try to look for a rich uncle or something, and then boom, that's the business. You just wait for your inheritance. So let me show you guys this. I started my job at Amazon. I'm going to become a seller when I reach 10K saved. I have another job too. Nice, bro. Congrats. How does conversion typically change with different review benchmarks? The more reviews you get, the higher your conversion will be. It builds more trust. What's the average time to go green? What's the average payback? I mean, it depends on your sales. There's no average for any of that. If I launch a $100 product and you launch a $20 product, there's no average. You know what I'm saying? Depends on your product. It depends on the person. I can become profitable literally right off the bat. Alex, that's still not hands off, bro. Still not a hands off business right there. Yeah, man, too many people. Did you actually block Kevin? Bro, this guy's such a buster, bro. Now I'm going to block him. Because he's annoying. But yeah, I blocked him for 30 seconds as a joke. But yeah, now I'm actually gonna block him when I get off. And then finished made I had a lot when he died. Still not hands off. Like if you don't make X amount on orders sold within the first month, do you then be aggressive pricing? Nope, I always just focus on my conversion. I love every single I appreciate every single one of my followers except for Noob. He's like a little fly who just buzzes around and makes a bunch of noise, and you just keep trying to swat him away. Like genuine dislike for Noob. I record your lives for advice sometimes, bro. Nice, man. You don't even have to record them. I go live on YT. I go live on YT, and then all of those lives are recorded, and you can watch them back on my YT channel. What's the best conversion rate you've seen? Like 50%. So now my feed is gonna be multiple guys crying, Luke blocked me, LMAO. Yeah, fucking buster. He's literally number one buster. Somebody tell him to join so that I can block him. One every 2 clicks is insane. Yeah, that's like an anomaly, by the way. That's not a standard. We have like a 40% on one of our main products on this account. What up, Chief? Is it just highly demanded items? I've just been in the game. It's an anomaly. That's very rare. All right, let's flip the camera around and show you guys this. Let's put it here. Yeah, we do social media. How many business partners do you have? I have multiple, but only one per account, and then I have an account by myself as well. Okay, this is data dive. Let's look at something here. Let's actually zoom in so you guys can see better. I think that's good. Next trade, do you sort parent level revenue or ASIN? I do both. I look at both. Okay, so look, check this out, check that out. Yeah, this is data dive. This is my favorite Amazon software. All right. So this goes into like keywords and indexing and why somebody makes sales. What most sellers don't look at is how a competitor gets their sales, right? If you don't understand where the sales are coming from, how do you understand how to go get those sales yourself? It's like, how do you understand? Maybe this is a really bad analogy, but I'm going to say it anyways. Like, if you're like, oh, I want to go catch 30 fish, and you know that there's other people who catch 30 fish, but you don't know what pond they're at. You don't know what ocean or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's a silly example, but he said he hates you. Tell him to join so I can block him. Actually, I think I'm logged in to my TikTok on my computer. Let's go to messages. Let's go to, where's Noob Trader, Noob Trader, Noob Trader. Oh yeah, here's Noob Trader. Boom. Let's really quickly look at. Oh, now I'm actually going to block him. That's actually a pretty buster video. Block, Noob Trader, block. Somebody tell him that I actually blocked him now. Buster. Okay. Sick. I'm going to block him on IG too after I send him a DM. Anyways, now I hope he loses $80,000 on Amazon, that buster. All right. Actually, he's such a bad seller that he probably will. He thought I was trolling him yesterday when I said he's top 5 worst Amazon sellers that I've ever seen, but he literally is the top 5 worst Amazon sellers that I've ever seen. My 18-year-old little cousin started selling on Amazon and is literally a better Amazon seller than Noob. I'm getting a puppy in a few weeks. I bet you if I taught my puppy how to sell on Amazon, it would be a better Amazon seller than Noob. Buster. Anyways, what did Noob do so wrong? He's just a buster, bro. Are you talking about on Amazon or just like why do I not like him? Which one? If you mean on Amazon, he did everything wrong. And then AMZ, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, he did everything wrong. I'd say this to his face if I wasn't blocked, by the way. Elias, that's funny, bro. Bro, I bet you your puppy who's next to you right now would be a better seller than Noob. Somebody record this, send it to Noob, just so it's not like I'm talking behind his back, because that boy is blocked. He's not getting unblocked. But anyways, everything, bro. And he's like kind of the type of seller who like does something wrong, but then wants to like blame other people for what went wrong. So it's kind of like, oh, I launched this product, but it was the product selection. Like, no, bro, I know somebody who sells that product successfully. You launched it terrible. Imagine launching shoes and only having size 9. But what about the people who have size 1 through 8 and 10 through whatever? It's like, oh, but it's the product. And then other products, like going and spending a bunch of money on ads and being like, I'm not learning a good ad strategy. It's like, bro, the strategy is there, but you don't understand how to optimize certain metrics. It's like, but my listing is good. No, it's not good, because obviously people aren't buying your product. Really simple stuff. But, some people can be really good at math, but really bad at Amazon. Something was really wrong there. All right, back to this. Let's sidetrack. So we look at this seller. They're doing 212,000. We look at this seller. Oh wait, hold on. YT. I have to block this for TikTok guidelines. YT, let me share this with you. This one I can share with YT. Okay. So this seller does 51K. This seller does 200K. Why? Why? Is their product better? Maybe. Maybe not. They look pretty similar to me. So why does this seller outperform this one by 4x? Why does this seller outperform this seller by 3x? He tagged a scam account of yours too. I hope people don't DM you thinking it's you. Bro, he's a buster. Somebody go tell him that I blocked him for real and he's not getting unblocked. Like ever. At first it was a 20-second timeout. Now he's just blocked. Have fun learning from other people. I wish he tagged my real account, because then I'd get some traction. Actually, no, Noob's a buster. End of an era. Yeah, man. You already know the vibes. All right. So why? Why? I think Noob, what did you do? Noob is a buster. Bro, why is it not letting me? Yeah. Couldn't pin. Okay, well, I agree with you, Kevin. I tried to pin that comment. I'm going to make sure to drop a 1 in the chat. And I would sell these at cost. I wouldn't even make money. Drop a 1 in the chat if you would buy a Noob is a Buster shirt. Or Noob Buster. I think I'm going to make that. I have clothing manufacturers. I'll sell them at cost. I don't want to make any money off of it. I just want the world to know how big of a buster he is. That guy's my op now. He was in my live yesterday. Now he's my op. All right, sick. I'm making the shirts. You think I'm kidding? All right. Sorry, I keep getting off track. Let's speed run this. All right. So why do they make significantly more than the second seller, third, fourth, everybody else? Okay. Well, first we have to look at the keywords. We see that for the most part, they're ranked better, right? Red and orange equals good. And then green and yellow equals not good. But we see that they rank better for all their keywords. So that's one reason. And now let's look at this. So I have to turn it a little bit. So we have these two columns, outlier search volume, and then search volume on page 1. So when we look at search volume on page 1, we see that they rank for 85,000. They do too, so that's really good. They're actually beating the first seller a little bit. And then when we see the third seller, they only have 47,000 search volume on page 1, 49,000. So they're beating everybody except for the second seller. All right. And now we go to outlier search volume. Outliers are things that aren't these keywords. This would be like our master keyword list. These would be our outliers. So like things like toys, kids, basketball hoop. Yeah, I know, caution. A few people had a question about that too. But yeah, red and orange are good. Green and yellow are bad. So these are outlier search volumes. Toy for 3-year-old boys, 3-year-old boy toy gift, right? And this is our master keyword list. So when we look For outlier search volume, they rank for 5,249,000 search volume, whereas this competitor only ranks for 99,000 outlier search volume, and this one only 5,000. Huge discrepancy. And so then when you ask yourself, why does this seller make so much more than all of these sellers? You can understand where they're getting their sales from, right? That's a little masterclass for all of you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that makes sense. But I've been on live for over an hour, I think now. So y'all make sure to go show some love to my last few videos. Check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship. Remember, it's only going to be regular price for the next 2 weeks. After that, it is going up, and there's nothing to do about it. Also, Luke is the Data Dive plug. Yeah, man. I mean, go watch my third to last video. We had the founder of Data Dive on a call with the students giving a little presentation. He's an 8-figure seller, so that was super cool. But I hope everybody has a blessed one. Like I said, go show some love to my last few videos, and I hope you have a blessed week. I'll be live tomorrow. Since I've been running